Good afternoon and welcome to the March 4th, 2026 meeting of the Chatham Historic Business District Commission. My name is Timothy Gilmore. I'm the Vice Chair. I'm sitting in for Chair Darcy Sequin today. Would you like to read Governor Healy's directive?
Absolutely. Pursuant to Governor Healy's March 28, 2025 signing of Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025 extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Paragraph 20, until June 30th, 2027. This meeting of the Chatham Historic Business District is being conducted in person and via remote participation. Every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings as provided for in the order. A reminder that persons who would like to listen to this meeting while in progress may do so by calling the phone number 1-508-945-4410, conference ID 404-154-292 #, or join the meeting online via Microsoft Teams through the link in the posted agenda. While this is a live broadcast and simulcast on Chatham TV, Xfinity Channel 1072, despite our best efforts, we may not be able to provide real-time access. We will post a record of this meeting on the town's website as soon as possible. If anyone else is recording this meeting, including the use of AI note-taking apps, please notify the chair. In accordance with town policy, the public can speak to any issue or hearing business on the item on the agenda during the meeting when recognized by the chair.
I'd like to proceed with a roll call.
Doug Ratton is present.
Sam Stribert is present.
Bob Burns is present.
And Tim Gilmore is present. Looking at the minutes from the last meeting, does anyone on the board have any commentary?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Bob Burns will second.
Doug Ratton approves.
Bob Burns approves.
Sam Stribert approves.
Tim Gilmore approves. And I'd like to say to anyone here today, including the applicants, when your matter is called, please step to the microphone. If you need to use the laser pointer, please stay in front of the microphone and use that just so we can maintain the recording. If there's anyone in the public or in the audience that'd like to speak to a matter, please stand up and I will recognize you, introduce yourself, and ask any questions.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is the motion for demolitions/new construction. Application 26-013, Eastwood Companies, Inc., application to demolish the existing dwelling at 875 Main Street.
Good afternoon, Susan Ledoux. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, great. If you have your packet and up and in front of you that we submitted, and we are requesting full demolition of the existing home at 875 Main Street. And the subject lot is located within the Chatham Historic Business District. According to the assessor's records, the subject brick house was built in 1950 and has had some cosmetic exterior work, re-roofing, and interior work completed over the years. Eastwood Companies purchased the property in July 2022 and has been renting it until now. We feel the house has fallen into disrepair over the years, will not fit into our future plans for the site, and does not fit in or add to the historical character of the Historic Business District. And according to the Mass Cultural Resource Information System, or MACRIS, they recognize the local historic district and the Chatham Historic Business District, but it does not note this property or the house in the list of contributing structures, either by name or the address number. And also, there's no description or photo of the house in the historical information that we reviewed. We feel there's no defining historical or architectural features that are present, so demolishing this house will not diminish the character of the historic district. Our intention is to replace this home with the construction of a new building and or home on the site. And we have plans for a new structure. Actually, there it is. I sent that over to Sarah and Chantel. That is a thought about possibility of a new structure on this site that would fit nicely on this lot. We do own the lot next door. So we have had thoughts of almost combining the two for a, not combining the lots per se physically, but doing some sort of joint restoration of the properties with new homes or buildings. But this is a thought-about house for this site. And I think we submitted everything the commission asked for in the packet, but if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Doug, I'd like to start with you. Any questions?
No, I visited the site last week and toured the property, and I have no questions. I don't see any problem with the property being demolished.
Sam?
Yes, I was on the tour. I noticed some areas where maintenance had been spared, and the building itself doesn't fit the neighborhood very well. Certainly a brick-faced house with a very small footprint, very small rooms, doesn't fit the real estate of that area. So I don't think any rehabilitation could bring it up to be something valued in the neighborhood. So I would vote for the demolition.
Thank you, Sam. Bob?
I was also on the tour, and I think it's time, Susan. So I agree that it should come down, and I would vote in favor.
And I would agree with my colleagues. Have a motion?
So Doug Brown will make a motion on a demolition/new construction, application 26-013, Eastwood Companies, Inc., application to demolish the existing dwelling at 875 Main Street as presented.
Bob Burns, second. And Bob Burns approves.
Excuse me, we have an inquiry from the public. Yeah, please, step forward, sir, and introduce yourself.
Brian Phillips, 374 Orleans Road. My first question is does this have to go before the Historic Commission as well?
The answer is no.
Well, this looks like an uphill battle to me. I think it is historic. It's 75 years old. It's been, it's a beautiful little house. It really is. It's one of the, almost centerpieces in the entrance of, downtown Chatham. I know John has too. We've driven by it 1,000 times. It's part of our, our life, and it's part of this town. And is there any way you guys would be willing to not demolish it?
The answer is no. Nobody votes here?
No, thank you.
So I guess I would ask you guys to reconsider, because this really is a beautiful house. It is historic. It meets, meets those standards. I just think it would be a shame to tear that house down. Thank you.
Brian, I appreciate your input. Thank you. Anyone else from the public regarding this property, please step up, sir. And introduce yourself.
Paul Aldrich, Snow Lane. No comment so much about the demolition, but I was wondering if there might be a site plan where, obviously we know where the house is now, but is the new house basically just going to land on the same footprint, I guess?
I'm not certain of that. I'll let the applicant answer. If you'd step up, sir, please.
Bill Myers, Schuster Companies. I am the owner of the property, and what I can assure the objector here tonight, or this afternoon, is that on the earlier presenter, is that whatever we do there will be much more attractive as we come into our beautiful town. I've lived here for 55 years. I care deeply about this town, as does my family. We're not sure what we are going to do there, but we are fully intending to probably tear down the bank also and do some kind of a noteworthy, worthwhile, handsome project on both buildings. And we have not developed that thought to its extent about what we're going to do. What this gentleman probably should know is, and the point of that is we do not have a site plan. We haven't developed one yet because we don't know what the use or what the building's going to be. But what this gentleman should know is that it's necessary for us to come back and see you folks when we do come up with a new building. So that will be a public hearing, same as it is today.
Thank you.
Answer your question? Does that answer your question? Yeah.
It does, it does. Thank you. Any further comment from the public?
So where are we?
Shall we make a motion?
Motion, please, Doug.
Okay, so Doug Grant's going to make a motion on demolition / new construction. Application 26-013 Eastwood Companies, Inc. Application to demolish the existing structure 875 Main Street as presented.
Bob Burns second, and Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Strybert approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next on our agenda is a modification to an existing certificate of appropriateness. Application 24-131, Monomoy Community Services, care of A3 Architects, Inc. Application to modify the certificate of appropriateness to change the landscape design and add a shingle design to the west elevation of the structure located at 166 Depot Road.
Hi, my name's Allison Alessi. I'm with A3 Architects. We submitted the application. Okay, we'll start with the west elevation. Teresa Malone, the director, is hoping to do this art installation on the west elevation. I submitted the artist rendering of this. It's a little more graphic than it actually would be. So what the artist is proposing is the area shaded in beige would be red cedar shingles, and then the rest of the sidewall would be white cedar shingles. So I think it reads a lot more bold than it actually would be. It would just be two different kinds of cedar shingles. Does anyone have questions on this piece, or do you want me to continue and talk about the site?
I have a question just on that piece. Are the shingles going to be different colors and try and imitate the tree as listed, as we're seeing right now?
No, I tried to describe that. So they're both shingles, whether they're part of what's shown as this kind of khaki color, and the typical sidewall would be natural cedar. The tree profile would be red cedar, not painted, not stained, just natural red cedar, and the sidewall behind it would just be the typical white cedar.
Okay, thank you. You can continue with the presentation.
I think the artist depicted it like, sorry, go ahead, sorry.
No, please continue.
I was just saying the artist depicted it a little more graphically so that they could see what she was proposing. It would not read this differentiated.
Questions?
So I've seen art installations like this on other properties throughout town, and I think it's very appropriate and would be a nice addition to the building and give it some nice character. So I would be in support of it, and I have no questions.
Yeah, I agree that a public building like this is part of the town tries to do something unique like this. I'm very curious as to how you're going to map the tree onto the surface of the wall. Are you going to cut separate shingles that will be red cedar shingles that will be in the outline of what we're seeing there? You're going to have problems with some shingles not going sufficiently under the shingle that's on top of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the artist isn't here to tell you all the details, but I do know when they do these types of designs cut into shingles, there's another layer of shingles that they have to do, to your point, so there's no missing shingles.
I'm afraid I didn't quite get that. So you will have a way to map the design?
Sorry. I was just saying that I think there's another layer of shingles that they use when they cut these designs in, so that when they cut it away, you still see the full shingle behind it.
I see. So they're going to use a router to,
I'm sorry, I don't know what her tools are.
Well, I think the base there on the right-hand side shouldn't lose contact with the ground, so to speak. It looks like the earth had risen up with a tentacle and was going to be reaching out. So I would have made that part of the tree, the base, the raised portion of the earth should stay in contact with the earth. That's as simple as I
Good
can
point.
get.
I see your point.
Excuse me?
I see your point. I can pass
Okay.
that comment on to the artist.
Okay. And make it as lifelike as possible. Trees are really beautiful when they're drawn in silhouette like that. So be very mindful of the fact that the thickness of the tree limb reduces as it goes farther from the trunk. And make sure that you can do that with the way you're going to be cutting these shingles. So anyway, that's my only advice. I think it'll be a marvelous feature of the building and make that part of Depot Road very unique. And thank you for suggesting it.
Thank you.
I have a question regarding the grading and some of the things listed on the initial letter to us. Are you going to go into some of those things you're proposing? I see
Yeah,
notably.
could we go to the next slide? Thank you.
Okay. Please describe
Alright,
what's
thank
going
you.
on here.
Yeah, so when we came originally, I think we had more of a diagrammatic site plan, and now we've been working with a landscape architect and grading. And of course, because it's a commercial building, we're required to meet ADA accessible access. So on the left-hand side, you see that we're proposing kind of an S approach to the new connector piece. That's proposed to be a concrete accessible walkway so that from Depot Road sidewalk, thank you, you'll be able to a fully accessible entrance to the building there. We also thought, as we were kind of like talking about the project, that this front yard, we had, if you remember the building, of course, it had a deck out front. And I think the kids really liked to be out there and they wanted to like kind of have that space where the kids could still play like foursquare out front. So we're showing, I think it's about 20 by 30 foot patio. So this would be a concrete paved patio kind of cut into the grade. I actually don't think you'll see it that much from Depot Road because it's below the sidewalk there. And the last component, they're showing on this iteration another wall, a retaining wall, so that we can accomplish this. And it's S-shaped, so you can see that sort of towards the top, closest to the sidewalk. We were just on site today, and for value engineering reasons, want to simplify that and make it more natural. So we were talking today about making that more of a boulder wall. So it'd be about 2 feet tall, but we're imagining it like more boulders set to the ground and having plants growing out of that. And again, I'm happy to take questions if I didn't explain anything well.
Doug?
No, I have no questions. I think it's great improvements to the property, so.
Can I ask?
Yeah, please, sir.
I'd just like to follow up. It looks like the paths on the right-hand side of or the eastern side of the building intersect and go over the top of each other. Is one replacing the other? How is that to be done?
Exactly. The blue lines are the existing path, and so that's a path that parents use or kids use to access the lower nursery. And we're proposing it shift to the west slightly, so still coming down on Teresa today that said a lot of public people use that to access the playground behind, so we definitely are keeping that access point. We're just shifting it slightly.
Okay, well, the drawing doesn't help me.
Sorry, the blue lines on the drawing are the existing asphalt pathway. If you go there today, the first half of it closest to the sidewalk on Depot is still intact, so you can see that.
Okay.
And we're just proposing to shift it a little bit to the left, so it's a little bit less steep.
So are you using the path with the most gentle, with a generous radius, and then it straightens out and follows the planting stuff?
We're proposing the path that has a slight hatch to it. It goes through the hedgerow and then curves around. It's slightly less steep than what's there now.
Okay.
Sam, any further questions?
No, I don't.
Question regarding that, the walkway we were just discussing, it says that there's going to be a wall, it looks like concrete block wall, and it also says painted. How tall is the wall? What color is it going to be painted?
I'm sorry, which wall?
It looks like, I'm looking up in the eastward, maybe southeast, concrete block wall in the area Sam was just speaking about, the walkway.
I'm sorry, I want to make sure I answer correctly. So the one with the hook on it, on the right side there?
I'm not sure I see where the hook is, but it says underneath, it says painted,
Oh, sorry,
painted.
sorry, I have to open the drawing. I'll make sure I see that note.
Okay. I don't see a height listed.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So that's pointing to that S wall, oh no, you're looking down below. It is that hook wall. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not the landscape architect either, but we're eliminating that little candy cane hook that you see coming off. And there is a poured concrete wall. So where you see perpendicular to the corner of the building, you see like an 8-foot wall coming off. That's a poured concrete wall because we have some grade to deal with there. And so that wall is in place, but we're eliminating that other piece. But it's poured concrete. It's not painted CMU.
Thank you. Any questions, Bob?
The other walkway down from Depot Road, is that for ADA compliance?
That's for 8A, yes.
And then that material is going to be on the walkway,
Concrete.
and that matches the walkway, the other walkway on the other side?
The other walkway might be more asphalt. It's not an ADA walkway. It's too steep on the east side.
On the east
But
side.
the larger one, yeah. But the one on the west side that goes to the main entrance would be concrete. It's an ADA walkway.
Okay, no further questions.
And motion, please.
Doug Grant will make a motion under modification to existing certificate of appropriateness. Application 24-131, Monomoy Community Services, care of A3 Architects, Inc. Application to modify the certificate of appropriateness to change the landscape design and add a shingle design to the west elevation on the structure located at 166 Depot Road as presented.
Bob Burns second, and Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Doug Grattan will make a motion to adjourn.
Bob Burns second. Bob Burns approves.
Tim Gilmore approves.
Sam Stryber approves.
Doug Grattan approves.
The time is 4:55.
Thank you, Chantel.